Bam, we're here.
Oh, we're live. Cool. Hello.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pandarine Bronze Silver Open, sponsored by Team Time of Rising and Clan Carnage as well. And I have to say, Justin, I'm excited.
Me too, man. It's going to be good. Love me some bronze silver games. It's going to be awesome fun.
Well, that's it, yeah. And considering they can go either way at any point, kind of adds to it. I'm calling it. So.
Yeah, man. The StarCraft has been out for, what, just over 2 years now. So, like, the bronze and silver players are still really, really good players. some awesome builds come out of them. It's going to be good.
Yeah, that's right. Like, if you look at... If anyone can actually think all the way back to Season 1... Or if anyone actually has any of their, like, really old replays and, like, watches, like, one of their first games now.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a bit of a... It's tough. Not gonna lie, I watched myself, one of my first games would have been about 2 months ago. And I was kind of in tears by the end because of how bad I was. But, like, I don't know, you know, you look at bronze and silver now, it's, you know, gold, plat at least... back then, at least, and that's when there was no masters. So
yeah. I remember going back because when I first started playing StarCraft, was playing on my laptop, and I got a new computer since then. I went back and jumped on my laptop and updated StarCraft, and had a bunch of old replays. Some named like, you know, did pretty well, and oh, good game, good drop harass and stuff like that. Went and watched them. I had an APM of like 26, and I'm like, oh, oi.
Open with that.
Did pretty well.
The standard command center at 43 minutes.
Yeah. Great games.
I can remember once I actually mined out my base and I lifted off, and like this was my method of expanding, was to mine out the base, lift off, and then like move to another spot, land there and start mining from there. So like we didn't actually have 2 mining bases up at once, but like who does that anymore?
It's less of an expand and more of a move.
Yeah, essentially a base move, I guess. I didn't lift everything else with it, but like, you know, we could have.
What did you do when you played like a different race, like not Terran?
GG
and quit.
I can remember I played Zerg as well to start with, and I can remember one time I lost to a guy that had ultras. He had ultras, and he got ultras out, and like I can remember I was like just trying to solely build roaches, and he had ultras out and killed me with ultras before I could get enough roaches to kill him with. And I don't know, he probably built ultras off one base for all I know, but like I can remember that was a pretty disappointing time. I went about a month without winning a game when I first bought it. It was a good month. Somehow we managed to get through there, but we're gonna show everyone the bracket just now. Just onto the stream so that everyone can get a bit of an idea of who's here, some of the games that we're going to be doing, and all that kind of stuff. There is a fair few games that we're going to cover tonight, so we're going to probably run for about 4 hours, and that's we'll be able to finish the finals off by 4 hours. But I'm sure we're going to see some pretty class act stuff before then.
Yeah, man, definitely looking forward to it. A lot of games to go through. I think we have a very large distribution of Terrans, so hopefully we're going to see some awesome TVTs. We all know they are very short series of games, so we'll see how we go with that. It's going to be good.
Yeah, TVT. We were talking a little bit about it before, and the TVTs are a scary thing when you're trying to organise a tournament. Especially if it's bronze, because you just kind of sit there and you cross your fingers and you're like, I really, really, really hope that this TVT doesn't run for like an hour and a half, because that's kind of pushes it a little bit for time. But hopefully, I don't know. Maybe that's just our thinking of how TVTs used to be, because like they went for multiple hours. I remember there's plenty of had a game that lasted 3.5 hours today. It was pretty cool. I lost though.
Oh.
Took my third base in it. Who does that? What's up? Whoa.
Here's some mildly interesting stats. We've got 18 Terrans, 12 Protosses, 12 Zergs. So even on those two races, we've got 8 bronze players and 34 silver players. So the silver players feeling pretty confident in a bronze-silver tournament, obviously. So.
That's right. Yeah, like you probably are going to go for the silver players over the bronze players. Not going to lie. But you never know. You never know. There could be the. I'm not really quite sure of what the meta is right now. In bronze and silver, but I'm sure it's quite complicated, and that we.
I'm sure we're going to find out.
Yeah, there you go. It's yeah, it's going to be good, and as well, if you're playing in the tournament currently and you're watching the stream, just to let you guys know, we have moderators in the stream that are watching for people's names. So we're going to find out if you try and screw us over, in other words.
Hey, that Justice guy, he's pretty good.
Yeah, but other than that, no, I'm going to say that yeah, there's going to be some exciting games tonight.
Yeah. Do we have a match to jump into?
Hopefully we'll just organise that now. Let's see. So yeah, well, what I'll do is we'll put a little bit of music on for you guys, and then we'll see where we're at in about a minute. Boom. We're back. Back for some
We
fun.
are back indeed.
If anybody, as well, I put a Twitter post up for people. If you got Twitter, go and like share it around because that's really cool to do. You should do that and do it on Facebook as well if you like.
Spread the love all the way around Australia and the world.
There you go. I wouldn't say no to the world, so it's always a pretty good start. But yeah, so as we were saying before as well, this tournament is sponsored by Team Time of Rising and Clan Carnage as well. Both teams are going to be donating an hour of coaching each to the winner, which is pretty cool. Helps a lot
Coaching
as well.
Especially helpful. It gives you that massive boost. Like the upper league players can definitely very easily and quickly point out flaws in your gameplay that can give you that boost you need to kick up into the next league, or learn a couple new builds to give you a bit more enjoyment out of the game.
That's right, yeah. It really does help as well, just as kind of like a base mechanic. So not only does it help with your strategy, but just getting good at doing things in the game overall, and like really kind of little tips that you can actually get from them that you might not already realize. Which yeah, it does help. It helps a lot. So even if you're not in the tournament or whatever, or you just want to sort of like focus on getting better, I really like Woods kind of lean towards coaching, just because you've got that like ability to get better so fast. So, but we've been put into the first match, which is going to be a Zerg vs Zerg straight up on GSL Metalopolis, which by Metalopolis I mean Metropolis as well. I get them
Close.
I was close. You got to give me points for being close. But it is between who are the players? Justice.
Well, we're going to be doing some introductions, and we'll find out, I'm sure.
There you go. So we're going to go into the game now, and we have got straight away spawning on the, I guess you could say the left hand side, the 9 o'clock position. We have the blue Zerg.
Loose.
There you have it, and spawning at the 12 o'clock position as the purple Zerg.
Shroomy.
There you go. So they're going to be our first two players to kick off this tournament, and I have to say it's a pretty interesting map in Zerg vs Zerg.
Yeah, I haven't played on this map in a very long time. I haven't even seen it in a while. Actually, I've been a bit out of date with my tournament viewings and stuff like that. So it'd be a nice refresher, especially with the Zerg vs Zerg, which I know is going to get crazy in about 5 to 10 minutes.
That is right. If there is actually any matchup that gets crazy almost straight away, it is Zerg vs Zerg at bronze silver level. But some kind of small notes about the map is that we have got the main base, which is pretty easy to protect, along with the expo, which is nice and easy to protect with the destructible debris, kind of creating a bit of a choke point in here, which is really good for roach engages and all sorts of things like that. But although you do have the third expo down again on the lower ground, which is accessible from the middle of the map, which does kind of make it a little bit harder to control, but you can actually knock down the destructible debris again to get faster access to it. So if you need to scoot in between all of your bases really fast, you can do it without it being too much of a problem. But straight away we have got our blue Zerg player putting down an expansion at the natural, which is looking like a 15 hatch, although Shroomy here, they'll put down the pool. Looks like they're going to maybe one base it, and because they know where they are, I don't know, that the Blues would have to get that spawning pool underway, or rather could be in a little bit of trouble this game straight away.
Definitely, like we said before, we're just getting full retard in about 5 to 10 minutes, but I know we're seeing expansion going down, so although there was a pool first build, the expansion is going down, so I think we're going to be relatively safe, and I probably just did it for defensive measures, just in case Blues decided to go a quick pull, but as we see, he didn't.
There you go, so both players do know that they've expanded now, and let's see, we have got a gas going down now for Blues, and we've already got that gas being mined, coming up on 100 gas now. Will we see speed get started? Maybe soon sometime. We'll have to see with that one. Let's see, both hatcheries coming along now. Blues has actually finished. Got that queen production there. Spine crawler going down, or two spine crawlers going down as well, just in case any sort of early pressure comes along. Never hurts to be safe like that.
No, definitely. We've got Ling's popping out for Shroomy right now. He's running towards the enemy base. Going to see some damage, see what we can get done. Those two spines crawlers are definitely going to be able to hold it off. Maybe a run by into the main.
Yeah, run by wouldn't be so good for Blues at this stage, but it looks like the Zerglings are taking 5 at the Zelnaga Tower. They've had enough. Had enough for the day. But let's see that.
Run out of energy. Chill out.
There you go. Got to chill out. Got meta speed on the way now for Shroomy. So, gonna start moving things along. Gonna probably see some Ling Bane players. We do see the Baling Nest get started now for Shroomy, and we might see maybe some sort of Baling bust.
Going up against the Roaches though, they're not going to be as effective provided he can get the Roaches out quick enough. What do we have on the way? None currently yet. The Roach Warren has finished. One Roach. Roach?
Oh.
One Roach it is. There
you go, one Roach. Thought, yep, look, if he's going Ling Bane, one Roach is all I need. I know I can micro it, so... But, here's a fun fact for you. Roaches, unless they've got +1, aren't really that effective against Lings. With Lings, they take 3 shots from a 0-0 Roach, but they only take 2 shots from a +1 Roach. So if you really do want to deal with Lings with Roaches, you do need that +1 upgrade.
Shroomy's Lings have just got VTech. It just kicked in, so they're going to be flying around the map and going to cause some trouble for these Roaches. We need to get Roach speed and maybe a Infestation Pit going down to deal with it, I reckon. That's another transition bit later in the game.
There you go, let's see. So we've got those Queens out, spreading the creep around, but we have got Lairtech on the way for both players now, and we've also got the double Evo chamber started too. And I have to say, in terms of supply, it's currently even right now. So it's automatically a close game straight away.
Although Shroomy, even though he put down his expansion later, is ahead in the work account. But Blues did just drone up pretty hard then, and so he's going to pull up closer. Going to make me eat my words.
So yeah, he's evening it up now with 30 to 32. Drones currently at this point playing pretty safe, but let's see, these Roaches are out. Starting to get a bit of a higher Roach count now as well, which if you do kind of get the critical mass of Roaches, you can deal with Lings very easily. And we've also got that +1 on the way too, so these Lings could become pretty redundant pretty shortly.
So he's moving out.
See, it looks like
he's just scouting. Ooh, there go the Banelings.
There's some Banes. Getting serious. Getting pretty serious, but let's see, looks like he's going to be just checking around the map maybe. Gonna maybe opt for a different path, but that's it. Blues need to actually be pretty careful with these Roaches, because if he moves out too early, these Lings could come in for a counter-attack, and that could be deadly.
It's all going to come down to these Baneling hits that have morphed in, but they're still sitting halfway across the map on their own.
Kind of just chilling out there again, taking 5.
A bunch of Roaches just about to pop out, so it's going to have a pretty good defense for this push, if and when it comes.
See, so there's the Roaches moving down into the natural now. Let's see, the Banes are moving across the map, getting the Ling count a little bit higher, but I don't think he knows about it. The Overlord positioning isn't great, but he's going to find these Lings.
Oh, he spotted it. He
spots it, and the Roaches are in position, ready to move over there, so it needs to be very careful with this army. Ooh. So he chooses not to engage there, can't connect, but rallying more Lings across the map. And
it's like he's backing up, going home. We see a Spire has dropped down, so he's going to drop some rain on those Roaches, which unfortunately are not that effective against Roaches.
Roaches can't shoot back at them, and unless there's a lot of muters, it's
you have to do some awesome harass damage with these muters when they pop out soon, I reckon.
That's right. Something that is key that I can definitely remember from being in the lower leagues is when you're playing Zerg and an air unit comes out and you weren't ready for it at all. Because really, in terms of anti-air, you've got 2 Queens in the main, a Queen at the Expo, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, a Queen out on the field. So That's not a huge amount of anti-air right now. It's with some nice transfuses going down, it can be alright, but if the muta count gets too high, it needs to actually get some dedicated anti-air.
It's one of those things where it's sort of the difference between players. Like, as a Zerg, you need to have that good Overlord spread. You need to sack them at the right time. That's your only real form of scouting until you reach the late game where you've got units flying everywhere. But at the moment, Blues is completely in the dark. Although he has spotted the Spire, he's stacking it in. Again, this guy hates my casting today. So I'm going to go in for it and prove you wrong. He's seen the Spire, so let's see what his answer is. He's got Spore Crawlers going down. One. In the main, and yeah, both the natural and main.
There you go, so Spore's getting ready for it. He does not actually know about the third base of Shroomy just yet, which has just now finished. But let's see, it looks like it's going to be some sort of Lingbane Mutaforce, which is, like, it's going to be good. It's a very, very fast and mobile force, which can be really good for counterattacks in compared to the roaches, but he does actually need a way of dealing with these roaches, which pretty much the only answer short of ultras in ZVZ is more roaches. Yeah.
I feel like, you know, when these two armies clash, the Banelings are going to clean up all the Lings, provided they don't do any stupid detonations, and it's going to leave the Roaches for the Mutaplay, but the Roaches can just run in there and snipe whatever tech they want, because they will take a long time for the Muta to kill.
That's right. Now, let's see, we've got the third base going down for Blues right now, and it is going to almost be denied by a couple Lings, but we're going to send some Roaches down straight away to deal with it. See, but this Ling count is very high. If some Baneling hits go off on this, it could be deadly, because if he can get a nice round on the Roaches, I don't know though. The Roaches got just +2s, just finished now, and he's moving out. Looks like he's going to commit, but the Ling Bane Force not really in position. The Mutas aren't ready for it. Oh, looks like the Mutas are flying out now, and he's going to have to make a decision whether he's going to push or whether he's not. The Lings are moving up in towards the Expo, and whoa! Some massive Baneling hits. Looks like the Lings are going to run in now. The Roaches are going to be trapped, but if the Lings can actually hold them here long enough, the surround isn't great, but the Spine Crawlers are doing a huge amount of damage with the Mutas. And it looks like this attack's gonna be, yeah, there you go, gonna be cleaned up, and that's not good news, and throws down the GG, and that could be the end of our first game.
There we have it, Matt.
That was a pretty big engage. I've got to say.
I feel like Shroomy agrees with my casting, and Blues does not. Shroomy did what I said was going to happen. Blues likes to just go, I said that, I'm going to prove him wrong. I said that, I'm going to prove him wrong.
I have to say, it went surprisingly good for Shroomy just then. I have to say, I didn't expect that was, you know, what was going to happen, but the Baneling hits were just massive. Like, it killed so many Lings just then.
It was down in supply by about 30 at the point of engage, I'm pretty sure, but those Banelings destroyed the Lings, and then, like, it was good control. Like, the Lings came in, held the Roaches in place, stopped them from just running by, and the Spine Crawlers and Mutas finished them off. That's right.
I think it was pretty good play from either players just then. Mutas didn't really do any harass, but I don't really think they needed to in the end. Like, they just did a lot of damage to that army, and I think when Blues figured out that he didn't have anything to do with the Mutas, I think that could actually provoke the GG there. So
yeah. I mean, you had like a couple of Spore Crawlers sitting around, but then a couple of Queens, but it just wasn't enough. That was a massive critical mass of them. They were going to go in there, deal so much economic damage that it would have been unrecoverable. So we saved the time for us all and threw down the GG. That's right. So hopefully we'll be able to go into our next game pretty soon. Hopefully there wasn't too many TVTs that are still just in their early stages. Hopefully. But no, I've got to say, you've got to be pleased. Whoa, you've got to be pleased with a game like that. Straight off the start with a ZVZ like that. So yeah, definitely some good solid hits right up in that.
Oh, absolutely. So we're just going to put on a little bit of music for you guys just for the next minute or two, just while we get our next game sorted out. And yeah, we'll see you guys in about a minute thereabouts.
Choqué Zach est de retour.
We're back
Yeah, we are.
for some more games.
Love me some games.
That's right. Play that. I have to say they bought their A game today as well. Got that coaching on the line, so players looking pretty good. And guess what, guys? Guess what? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it, Justin?
I am. I'm prepared.
You
My
ready?
body is ready.
Another ZVZ.
In true Southeast Asia fashion.
There you go. That's right. Another ZVZ. They are really interesting, though. You have to admit that last one was pretty interesting. A little bit slower than most ZVZs, but they're interesting. As you can see, anything that can happen. You can have a massive supply lead, then lose most of your army to banelings.
Yeah.
So
That's why banelings are in the game.
that's true. That's true. Pretty clutch. It's pretty clutch.
My favourite word.
There you go. That's right. So anyway, just a quick poll from the viewers. What do you guys think so far? Are you guys enjoying it? Yeah. Anyone? Here we go. We'll bring the chat up. So press 1 if you're enjoying it. But that's all the options I'm going to give you. All right. There you go. Press 3 if you love Twix as well. I'm going to give you guys that. You guys have always got that option. So. But yeah, so we've got another best of one on Cloud Kingdom. Which, Cloud Kingdom, fun for ZVZs. Ultras are good.
Also really good for skateboarding.
There's a lot of ramps, isn't there?
A lot of ramps on Cloud Kingdom. Shamelessly stolen.
Good for skateboarding. There you go. So you do have those two Zelnaga towers in the middle, which I think is pretty big to control. And in ZVZ, controlling towers isn't as easy as it sounds. So,
1 link, 2 link, 3 link, 4 link.
essentially. But and it's the WCS one, so it's not the totally broken one. There is a video like that's kind of floating around Team Liquid at the moment where this guy does like this pylon forge thing and like walls the Zerg guy out before anything happens. So it's the fixed one. If anyone thinks it's not fixed. And also, get this right. You ready for it, Justin?
I'm ready.
Cross spawn, right? Right. Don't you love 2-player
Yes.
maps?
On Cloud Kingdom, the 2-player map.
Yeah, 2-player
Yeah.
maps. 2-player maps are great.
Yes.
But yeah. So moving the rounds along.
Is this a round 3 game? Is this the map for round 3?
I think it could just be second round because round 1 is like extended, so it's extended all weird like.
No, this is round of 16. It's a round of 16.
There you go, round of 16. So anyway, guys, we're going to go into the game now. The game has actually just started. And sound is helpful too, but we have got spawning in the top right corner of Cloud Kingdom as the pink Zerg.
Mike.
Pretty standard. Gonna say...
Standard.
Pretty standard. It's a good name though. Like, not gonna hate against the name Mike, but... There you go, there you have it. Mike the Zerg. And we've also got down in the bottom left-hand corner, spawning as the green Zerg.
Green Archon.
There you have it, guys. So pretty standard opening so far. No drastically early pull from either player. And Green Archon is suggesting mono battle style straight away, and Mike has thrown down the what?
It's a very solid counter to that argument.
It is.
Solid what?
There you go. If anyone is actually looking for the counter to mono battles, there you have it. So it looks like Mike is he's gonna open with the drone scout, which is a nice safe thing to do, especially on a 2-player map, just because your opponent can drop a really early pull, and he automatically knows where you are, and that's bad. But I'd say that
Definitely bad. We do see the spawning pool going down for Mike, so he has done it first. 14 supplier pool. We'll pull first.
Pretty standard sort of pull.
See.
And we've got Green Archon throwing down that Expo, which you will mostly see players do after seeing the drone scout, because that generally does mean like there's not going to be that much early pressure or anything like that.
Definitely.
There you go.
I phased out then, I'm not going to lie.
You phase. Wow, there you go. Everybody, Justin's actually got a cold right now, so he's very weak. Just to put it simply. So no gas yet taken for Mike, which probably would indicate that we're going to have an expo coming up soon. Which, there we go. Come on, Mike. I've got money on this. This is going to be an expo.
Yeah.
And there it is. Yeah, hatchery. Alright, so gets a hatchery start. A little bit behind in comparison to Green Archon at the moment, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Like, you're going to lose a little bit of... You're going to have like be straight away at a little bit of an economic disadvantage, but it's not gonna really roll into the late game massively, I would say. So
No, definitely not. I feel like, yeah, it's going to hurt him a little bit, and unfortunately he didn't try to take advantage of his early pull. He never made any links to go out there. I don't know if it was just for a defensive thing in case he also saw the things coming out. But yeah, with a small economic damage, he really should have done some harass with the lings.
that's it. Yeah, sometimes you do get pretty trapped though by the big maps. Like, if you put down an early pull just to be sort of safe, you can very easily kind of get caught out, because even though he went 15 hatch, just because it is quite a fair bit of distance across the map, you're gonna eventually, like, he's gonna have the defender's advantage, and you're gonna kind of meet up with it more towards the end.
Definitely true. Definitely true.
So it looks like these things are gonna clear the towers now. Seeing both players currently playing in Matrix mode in slow motion. Not an actual setting, but I'm pretty sure it is on faster though, because if you look at the clock's going very fast.
Yeah. They're probably just in tournament mode, so like, ooh.
There you go, the adrenaline's pumping straight away. They're seeing everything. You know how it all seems like it's in slow motion? There you go, the players are experiencing it right now. Especially being so early on in the tournament, a ZVZ on a 2-player map with a best of 1, anything could really happen in this, so...
Including, time discrepancies.
There you go. Let's see, so both players kind of opening pretty standard now. Mike's got meta speed on the way, which is pretty helpful in ZVZ. Meta speed, useful, good for running away from banelings. But Green Archon looks like he's playing pretty defensively right now. He's got that spine crawler up in the main. He's also got one down at the expo as well. So I'd have to say any smalling run bys are going to be shut down pretty quickly. But if there's a bigling run by, there's a very big open gap to run straight up into the main if you don't have any defense at all. But by looking at the gas that we're going to see from each player, with it looks like there's not going to be any sort of huge 7-minute all-ins or anything like that at this stage.
We do see Mike's got quite a few more lings. Looks like he's getting ready for some kind of attack. He doesn't have speed though, so there's not really much he can do it. I guess it's precautionary right now, just in case he sees some aggression coming across the map.
That's
Green Archon
right.
is going up to 4 gas. So Mike is only on the 2. We're going to see some Baneling play.
Bowling play is always pretty fun. I've got to call it. We've got Lair Tech on the way. Maybe some Speed Banes. Wouldn't say no to Speed Banes at this stage, but I have to say, in Zerg vs Zerg, because you can be so quickly outmassed by your opponent, say if you build a round of drones, like if you turn all your lava into drones, and then your opponent comes and attacks you, you've pretty much got nothing and no production for a little while, which sucks a fair bit. So if you're not really so sure, if you're not like a really, you know, if you're not really good at scouting, you could run into a fair bit of trouble that way. So it's something to sort of keep in mind there.
Definitely. See, Green Archon's main is a little bit oversaturated. Needs to transfer some of these drones and send them down to his natural, just to be mining 100% efficiently.
That's right. Yeah, the Expo is not quite saturated just yet, and the current drone count is 37 to 36. So it's actually pretty even in terms of drone count. But let's see. Mike he's moved out across the side of the map, which I'm pretty sure Green Archon hasn't actually seen yet. But there isn't really that many lings here.
He's not going to be able to do very much damage with that amount of lings. The 2 spine crawlers there, unless he can get a run by or something like that. But there are one spine crawler in the main, so the Queen they should be able to shut anything down that he does try to do, unless he really masses up and commits to this attack.
That's right, yeah. And with a Spire well and truly on the way for each player, we could see a little bit of Muta versus Muta, which I have to say, Muta vs Muta, I don't know if anyone enjoys playing with Muta vs Muta. Oh, these things have been caught out of position now, and because they don't have speed, Mike's actually going to have a bit of an advantage, get some free lings there, and force the vision from the tower. So, and I have to say, if you go to Mike's vision right now, he's got pretty good map coverage. He's got both the towers, he's got a little bit of an overlord spread. He can check for any, I guess, overlord drop plays, maybe more towards like Muta movement around. But I have to say, something that he's not going to spot is this corner expo that's going to go down for Green Archon.
Like, yeah, he's got a full line of sight from his main to the enemy main, but definitely not going to spot that side hidden base. I reckon the Mutas will when they come out though. They'll do a beeline straight down there.
That's right. Yeah, if they do move straight down from corner to corner, it could actually spot this expo right out. But I have to say, Mike's only got. Has he got? No, he doesn't. He's only got 4 Mutas on the way in comparison to Green Archon, who has got how many Mutas? 13.
13. Boom. That's some maths.
That is a lot of Mutas. Straight out of it, yeah, that is definitely a lot of Mutas, and he also does spot this third base from Mike. More Mutas. This is a lot of Mutas, Justice. Mike's also got Mutas moving around, but they're actually going to miss that corner base.
Oh no!
But let's see. Green Archon looks like he's going to move out the same way as Mike. They do actually spot each other, but Mike has virtually no Mutas in compared to this. And Mike's Mutas go down for free. And here's the Link counterattack, but he doesn't really have that many Lings. The Banes are coming in, but I think they're going to be pretty late. Oh, big Bane hits. Massive Bane hits. Looks like he's going to go for the mineral line. Green Archon's pulling all of his drones. His Spine Crawler is doing a huge amount of damage. Green Archon, meanwhile, moving out with the Mutas. It looks like he's going to go into the natural for Mike, and he's going to be cleaning up some overlords just here as well, just while he gets his mining back set. But let's see, Mike doesn't have enough Mutas to deal with this, and he's got that Queen out. That Queen's going to go down pretty quickly though. Mike's trying to pull more Mutas in to deal with this, but he does need Spore Crawlers to actually fend off this attack, because this is far too many Mutas.
Definitely going to be seeing a GG being thrown down here. I don't think there's absolutely anything he can do to stop this harass.
That's right, let's see. Mikey does have that third base up. But let's see, he needs to get his Muta count up. He really needs to put down some Spore Crawlers. He needs to do something about this. Let's And Green Archon is just going to fly down into the main. It looks like we've got a Ling counterattack moving across the map right now, but there is just not enough Lings to do any damage, really. And it looks like Green Archon is also moving out with a lot of Lings and a lot of Banelings as well, so I'm not really sure that Mike can actually do anything. And he throws down the GG. And it looks like that could... it looks like that could be the end to our first game.
There we have it.
And there it is.
Indeed, Mr. Button.
But yeah, as you guys can probably tell already now, the games can just so easily just go either way. Like it's so hard to actually to tell what's going to happen, and just you're always like a few Bane hits away from from like the change. You can change the game with it, and then the muters come out, and how do you deal with the muters? You build more muters. Infestors are pretty intensive to control, sort of at this level. Like normally people would sort of opt for more an infestor composition, but you've got to be really good with your fungals, your infested terran to actually kind of deal with that kind of stuff. So it's pretty extensive. Let's see. So we're gonna be organising our next game now, as our tournament does move along pretty quickly with a couple fast ZVZs running nicely for time.
Got a game ready to jump into. How does everyone feel about a TVT?
There you go, TVT. Everyone, let's have a quick moment for TVT right now.
Get some longer games going down.
There you go. Hopefully everyone's comfortable, got some sort of food supply ready. Got maybe a little bit of water as well.
Rations, yes. Stock up on the water. It's going to be a long match.
The trick is not to eat all your food too fast.
Solid advice, solid advice.
That's right. So let's see. Gonna hopefully be jumping into this game pretty soon. We're gonna switch to the bracket so that everyone can kind of check it out just a little bit, because brackets are pretty cool. And maybe some of your friends are playing in it, something like that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see your friends give them a bit of an opportunity to play in a tournament as well, if they're not sort of playing in that lower league sort of stuff. But just while we get our next match organised, going to just chuck some music on for you guys, and we'll be back in about a minute thereabouts again. Bam, we're back. Sorry,
Yeah, we are.
sorry to everyone that took a little bit longer than it was meant to. We had some miscommunications. I'm gonna call it, but with our game being swapped around, so I'm not really quite sure what we're casting just yet. I think we're casting the quarterfinal, some quarterfinal game. I'm pretty sure. I think
Oh wow, so soon.
so soon. But yeah, so we're just waiting on an invite just into the game. But the game is going to be played on Antigua, and I'm pretty sure it's a best of 3 as well this time.
Cool. This is the quarterfinal.
Quarterfinal.
Seeing a familiar player versus a new player.
There you go. So tensions are rising as we're getting closer to the finals, and also a little bit of fatigue is going to set in from some of the players as well. So I played a few games now. Yeah, so I'm guessing the ones that we're casting so far probably had a bit shorter games than the other ones, but I'm excited. We're filtering it out. We're getting some nice little plays in there now. So
Definitely. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting that TVT we promised, but we do get a ZV. I'm going to let you guys guess.
there you go. Guess it. Who's gonna guess it right first? Let's see.
Oh, TVT sucks thrown out there.
Ooh, that's painful. Now you can't guess all the matchups. That's cheating. Good strategy. Cheating.
But we have to give it out to Slashroom, who did guess correctly, and also yelled about TVT. Yelled about it. I like me some TVT.
TVT is fun. Siege tanks are fun. Because they
It's
just...
not always siege tanks. Sometimes you get like some bio versus tank play, and it's really exciting, I think.
Bio is never not exciting. In TVP there's always drops. In ZVT there's always splits, and in TVT there's always everything. There's
Both at the same time.
I was about to say there's splitting and there's drops as well. So
Yeah. It's good fun. It's good fun.
how can you go wrong, right? And as well, we're also on Antigua,
But yeah, let's not steal the show. We were talking about TVT, but we're not going to watch a TVT. That can get right out. Terrence can turn around and walk away. We're going to watch a ZVP up in this.
So we'll just talk about Terran while there's no Terrans currently.
Yeah. For a tournament so Terran dominated, we haven't actually seen any yet, so...
Yeah, all are in hiding. Although there is the chance that all the Terrans are possibly still in round 1 if they've just got matched up in TVT.
It is entirely true. It is entirely true.
There is that possibility. So, yeah, no, it's yeah, just getting readying up. All the players are just readying up now. So, hopefully we'll get started pretty soon. And do you know if we're on the Antigua that has the high yield patches or?
I do know because I can see the map screen right now, and I can't see any high yield patches on it. So I mean that's solid enough evidence for me.
Like I was expecting this to go to like a 5 base play, but I don't know. Hopefully we'll just see someone take a gold straight away because that's pretty cool. Even though it's really, really, really exposed. But if there's no gold, like, I don't know. Probably not really going to take one, are you?
This is the quarterfinals, so these guys have made it through a fair amount of rounds, so they've definitely got some very solid play going down, so we should see a pretty good match coming out of this one, I think.
That's true. So, now we are... Looks like we're going to go into the game screen now. If everybody is ready to go... And we have got immediately spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Antigua the green Zerg.
Green Archon.
And also moving to the top left-hand corner, the first Protoss player that we have cast this tournament, the red Protoss.
War Machine.
And there you have it. Let's see, so straight away we have got War Machine putting that pylon down on the low ground for what it looks to be maybe a Forge Fast expand straight up, the the current meta for ZVP, which is to get that early economy up just by using the Forge, using cannons, gateways to wall off, and staying pretty safe against Zerg, just because you can't really do any of those early pushes, but you do see Zerg usually go straight away for that expo and then follow that up by a really early third base just to kind of combat the defensiveness from
The thing that I'm most excited about is that it mostly rules out a 4-gate. Mostly rules out a 4-gate. Makes me happy.
That's true. A skill gate.
Skill gate for sure.
A skill gate, yeah. Let's see. So this probe is now moving around War Machine's base. And by War Machine, I mean Green Archon, getting the players mixed up straight away. But he hasn't seen a pull yet. That's probably because that expansion has gone down immediately. So, didn't actually get a chance to deny it. But, there you go. Looks like Green Archon's going to opt for that early economic advantage.
Just gonna let him have the base. Like, it's very, very easy to drop that pylon down, and it does cause so much grief for these players, especially at the bronze and silver level.
That's right. So let's see. So this probe now just throwing down the Nexus on the low ground. It's going followed up by, I'd say, putting down a cannon just down here. There's the cannon.
There we go.
See, so Green Archon now has actually scouted the Protoss main, does see no gas just yet, so probably already can determine some sort of early expo play. But I have seen recently where players have been going gateway first instead of the Forge first on sort of the bigger maps, and putting some sort of really early pressure on Zerg that hits about 7 minutes, which most Zerg players aren't really ready for it at 7 minutes, don't have any really high link count, don't really have a high roach count, so it is seen a lot more, but the Forge Fast expand, probably the more safest thing, and actually putting down a second cannon just for safety, I think, at this stage.
Yep, definitely fair enough. Like, definitely want to play safe in these League of games. So, stops against any sort of aggression, because sometimes your scouting isn't so great, not really sure what's going on, so it's easy to just drop that extra cannon down. It costs you 150 murals, doesn't matter that much. It's going to keep you alive.
There you go, yeah. So it's kind of like an investment, I guess, in safety, although something that is kind of risky is if you do invest that 150 minerals earlier on the second cannon, you do extend the time that you are at risk of like a Ling run by that can just run straight up into the main, do a lot of damage to that sort of stuff. And I actually do like to see that cybernetics core go down in the main instead. A lot of players do put it on the low ground, and with counterattacks and stuff like that, you see the cybernetics core getting sniped, and I don't know if anyone plays Protoss in the chat, but when the cybernetics core gets sniped, life sucks.
You're in Frown Town, would you say?
Yeah, you're sent straight to Frown Town when the cybernetics core goes down. Let's see. So we've got that spine crawler coming out now for Green Archon on the low ground, and it looks pretty standard at this stage. Gas being taken a little bit earlier than you see from most Zerg players, but he could be going to try and go for. Looking at this, I would say a 2-base +2 Nidus Worm attack, but I'm not quite sure. I struggle.
Is that personally what you would do, Matt?
I don't know. Like in ZVP, I'm more of a 3-base player, but I don't know. A lot of players do opt for the Nidus Worm attack, but it is a bit of a coin flip. If you can't get that Nidus Worm down, you are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
See, so that Roach Warren has actually gone down now, so going to be getting Roach production pretty soon. And same with Warpgate, currently getting chrono boosted out of the cybernetics core, and going to have that Warpgate up pretty soon. Yeah, that's going to be pretty early. Got that Robo down as well, and looks like, yeah, going to add some more gateways on too. Let's see, so we've got 4 gas currently being mined out of for the Zerg player, but no lair on the way just yet. The Rotron is just finishing up, and I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'm not really quite sure what's going to happen here. I'd like to see maybe some upgrades and stuff like that, but the upgrade tech isn't there just yet. And we've got this thing. It's scouting around now just to make sure that there's no hidden expos anywhere, because when your opponent does get a hidden expo, it does suck a lot. And I'm sure people can relate to that really pit of your stomach feeling you get when you find your opponent's hidden expo and it's almost mined out. It's truly a sad day when that sort of stuff happens. I'm sure you'd agree, Justice.
Especially as Zerg, I feel they can get away with it very, very easily and just drone hard at that one base, and then you just stumble along, maybe you're sending a drop in and you just see this base sitting at a high yield, you're like, oh no. And suddenly you type in GG 30 seconds later.
That's right. Let's see, so that Spire has actually been put down by Green Archon now, but this Observer is moving into the base, and the Spire is... there it is, in the main. So this Observer hasn't actually really spotted that much yet. It's going to be moving over the base a little bit, and it looks like it's ready to go straight over that Spire, so he is going to see it almost immediately.
I'm here.
It's like the Protoss is going for some Blink, so it's going to chrono that out, go Mass Stalker, which is going to be very good against the Spire tech that is just scouted.
That is right, yeah. So Blink does shut that down pretty quickly, but we've got some Lings up here dancing around, ready to tango. Just
ready to tango?
Ready to tango.
Ready to tango.
And we have got +1 just finishing up now. And it could be maybe some sort of... I'd like to say Blink timing attack, but he's got charge being chrono boosted. Which is pretty...
Okay.
Which is pretty interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty interesting to do.
Did I imagine Blink being down and then was there a cancellation? Oh, what happened then?
I'm really not sure.
Maybe I hallucinated Blink. Get it? Because it's the first word.
Hallucinated Blink, so let's see. Green Archon is actually going to scout this push out. He is currently up slightly in supply, but I'm not sure that he's actually got enough to really deal with this right now. We've got that Immortal mixed in there. And let's see, he's actually going to catch a Stalker slightly out of position. Needs to pop a Guardian Shield or do some Force Fields. And oh no, with a really nice surround. Let's see that +1. Oh, that's a nice Force Fields there. Really choking the Lings up.
Definitely a good save. Definitely a good save. But we do see there are 8 Muta out on the way, so it's going to make him turn right around.
So he's moving out with some more Lings. Another Immortals there, but the Zealots are there with the +1, which really going to do a lot of damage to these Lings. And it looks like he's actually able to hold that off. With those Zealots there, keep in mind that +1 damage will actually kill the Lings in 1 less shot, or actually in 2 less shots really, but this Muta count is pretty high. He's whopped in some more Stalkers, but this front army, combined with Lings, can actually get taken out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Let's see, Mutas are actually moving up towards the Protoss base, but I'm not sure the Green Archon's actually going to have enough to deal with this. Looks like he changed his mind briefly with these Mutas, but it looks like he's going to go for that Protoss base. He's sacked the 3rd. Got 3 Spine Crawlers up, got some Mutas at home, but needs a lot more Lings than this to deal with anything. Losing some Mutas there, but there is currently Mutas in the Protoss main, but there is a lot of Stalkers here. They've got that +1 attack, so they're going to do a lot of damage to these Mutas.
Oh no, not very good Muta control from there. He does lose a lot of them and doesn't effectively do much damage at all, turning around to defend at home.
Let's see, so I have to say he's in a lot of trouble. He throws down the GG, and that is game for the first one. And closes it up. Closes it up pretty quickly. But that was, I have to say, that was a pretty good game.
It was interesting, for sure.
It was. I'm not so sure about the charge being researched there, but it looks like it worked out in the end. Had those Zealots in there, took out the Queens really fast, and a little bit of indecisiveness from Green Archon there, which I think kind of tilted the game towards towards the Protoss player, just because of he was flying the Mutas out towards the Protoss main. And then he turns around, heads halfway home, and then heads back towards the Protoss main. Those sorts of like indecisiveness, and that's the sort of thing you do see at high level, is the decision making, you know, being able to be a lot better. But I have to say, it was pretty good. pretty good overall from both players there.
It was definitely an interesting game. We could see the builds really starting to form here compared to some of the games that we've seen before. Definitely going for some, like, scouting and then reacting accordingly.
That's right, yeah. But War Machine, he knew his timing on that in that matchup. He had those Immortals out, he had those Stalkers out, he had those Zealots out. And with the upgrades as well, really on top of his upgrades, he actually managed just to keep on top of that. So, and I'm pretty sure that was a best of 3. So we do have another map on the way. We'll just have to confirm that just now. But overall, yeah, like you can't be displeased with a game like that because it was pretty high quality. Like there wasn't that many slip ups in it really.
Yeah, I'm still really confused with what happened with that blink charge thing. I swear I saw blink. I swear I'm really confused. Maybe it was some metagaming.
He's metagaming you, not actually Green Archon.
Maybe himself.
War Machine, he's researches Blink and goes, this will throw those casters off. I'll research Blink, and then I'll switch it to Charge. And we'll make a fool out of at least one of them.
Yep.
But no, now we're moving into the next game just now, which we're actually going to see on the StarCraft Beach of Choice, which it has been decided, which is Ohana.
Beautiful map, man.
If anyone suggests Belshire, that is actually a swamp. Calling it.
Belshire Swamp.
Belshire Swamp.
Now that I think about it, yeah, I agree.
Well, it's very...
Belshire Swamp.
Yeah, like it's very... How could I say this without 1,000 jokes being made about me in the chat? But it's kind of like got that water base, I guess you could say. So, but we're gonna move on into the game now, guys. Hopefully everybody's ready and isn't too angry about me calling Ohana the Beach of Choice. But immediately we have got spawning in the top left-hand corner as the red Protoss.
War Machine.
See, now moving down. Currently 1 game down in this best of 3. Needs to win this one as the green Zerg.
Green Archon.
Green Archon, you see, it all ties in with the colours. Very tricky, very complex. I'm gonna say so. But
I like it.
There you go, and it looks like War Machine's going to opt for that Forge Fast expand again, which is really good on Ohana. You've got a nice, really tight high ground part, which you can see a lot of Sentry play, a lot of Immortal play up here, and can hold against it pretty easy, and do have that easy access to the third as well. So you do see a lot of Protosses putting a lot of production structures down just at the front here, just to actually cover up, I guess, kind of create a larger choke, and then destroy these rocks and move down to secure the third. So it's going to be an interesting game. We're gonna hopefully see some nice timings from each player, and see if War Machine opts to get those fast upgrades, go for that Twilight Council tech.
Definitely. These players now, having played against each other before, are going to start to get a feel from how their player plays and reacts and what their timings and stuff are like, and they're going to maybe see what they can get away with this game.
That's right, yeah. When something that is a lot different than those people who don't really play that many tournaments is that in comparison to playing tournaments than on ladder, when you're in a best of 3, the mind game set in and you can do all sorts of stuff, especially if you're in like an advantaged position. So like War Machine at this point, being 1 game up, does have that ability to take a little bit more risk, I guess you could say.
Definitely. Let me see how we go. Be interested to see how we go. He has got the gateway down. Need to get that before the Nexus.
So yeah, chooses to get that just a little bit before the Nexus, and this drone's actually going to run in here and deny this Nexus. So yeah, it's actually
a good time.
Yeah, doing a pretty good job of denying that Nexus. It's normally seen the other way around in this matchup, but so that cannon's gone down now, and the spawning pool is only halfway done, so he's not really at that much of a threat, and he's going to take that gas. Going to go for the cancel, but he was a little bit slow, and this probe managed to get it. He might actually get to snipe the probe here, or
and he gets away.
Manages to get away, done the damage, got the expo denied. Didn't really lose that much. Maybe lost a little bit of mining time, but nothing overall. I'm going to say it was pretty good play. It's pretty good play.
Yeah, definitely did deny that expo. Keep it going down for a very long time. You can certainly push a player off, and that's what I was saying. Like with the, obviously you knew last game he Forge Fast expanded, and he saw it immediately. He's like, oh, I can deny this now. I'm ready to do it. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it, Matt.
There you go. Yeah, so we knew about it, and that's it. Like, even with the gateway was put down before the Nexus, which most times will actually sort of, you'd lean towards maybe a little bit more early pressure. But with that Nexus got denied for a fair while there. It would have been at least 30 seconds, 30, 40 seconds that Nexus was denied. Which is actually going to put, 30, 40 seconds is a long time if you're going to try and hit a timing, It can be the difference.
Yeah,
it can be the difference between having, a large mass of roaches out or having actually nothing out at all. Well, let's see. It looks like Green Archon's actually going to opt for the 3-base play this time, putting that 3rd base down a little bit a little bit later than standard, I guess you could say. And he's going to be going for that Roach Warren now. That's going back to as what I was saying before, was that. It's a lot harder, like when you play Zerg, you've kind of got to know when your opponent is going to push out. It's kind of important to know. Pretty much this is based off whether you can make drones or you can make units. You do see a lot more Zerg players put this hatchery down around 19 supply, so really, really, really early on. And then you only see the Roach Warren go down maybe at 7 minutes, and actually have no units up until about 9 minutes. So a lot of those sort of Protoss timings hit at roughly late 9 minutes, like lane 45, 9:45 thereabouts. It's those sorts of timings that they hit. You can actually have a lot of roaches out by that stage, but it's kind of hard to tell because, especially in Green Archon stage, where he does need to play pretty safe in this scenario. If you get caught off guard and you don't have any units at all, you do get caught with your pants down a fair bit as Zerg.
Definitely. That's exactly what happened last game. Like, he was playing alright. He had, a good amount of units out. They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's right. Yeah. Like, it does come down to those decisions, and mutas are pretty big to decide with. Is whether you go and try and harass the base, or do you stay home to defend, or what do you try and actually do with them? With your higher mortal counts, you usually do see more Zerg players lean towards dealing with the army, just because if you've got a really sort of heavy sentry and mortal composition, mutas are really good against it, pretty much solely based on mortals don't shoot up.
They certainly don't.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. So it looks like War Machine went to clear that tower out, but kind of got warded off by those roaches a bit there. But he doesn't know about this 3rd base just yet. Does have that observer that just came out, which I guess he's going to go find out about it. But Green Archon currently pulling away a little bit with harvesters.
Oh wow, yeah, definitely. He's got a lead of by 9 at the moment.
So, which he's going to actually need that lead to get that 3rd base up and running. But it looks like he's just going to go for that heavy roach reduction. He has got roach speed on the way.
12 roaches out on the field.
Let's see, this observer is actually going to spot these roaches. And it looks like he's got that first immortal out. He's got a lot of sentries out as well. No, it's going to be interesting to see. He does have those. He does have that cannon up there too. So I'm not sure that this is going to be enough roaches to deal with an army like this. But
26 lings on the way, so it looks like he's going to try and break down those rocks and just come in from the side, which is going to be very good. Does have that changeling in the base, scouting out exactly what's going on. He knows the full positioning of this army. He's going to try and use it to his advantage.
Yeah, he knows what up. That changeling goes down.
Hang on.
Yeah, can't control that unit. So, but I have to say, I'm not so sure that War Machine's in a great position right now. He doesn't actually have his +1 finished. He's a little bit slow on it, and these roaches are really knocking down the back rocks. Let's say the lings, though, they're still sitting in the Green Archon Expo. They really need to be sent up. And he hasn't grabbed them yet. He's got more roaches sitting at the expo, but maybe he's just realised that he's forgotten most of his army, and he's had to actually pull those roaches back, leaving the rocks on 24 health. See, but War Machine madly chrono boosting out +1 because he does actually need it to hold off this attack. He does have the sentry count pretty high, but he does have 2 more immortals, which just walked out of the main then, and if he can get some nice force fields off, it actually could kill off this attack.
Those immortals are going to absolutely rip through the roaches, provided they can get some good positioning, good force fields.
That's right, yeah, and it looks like he might opt for more multi-pronged attack. Let's see, he's knocked down those rocks. He's going to move those roaches up into the main, and really nice force fields, trapping roaches up on the high ground. He's going to move those links over, but it's not going to actually go into the main. And they were some quality force fields just then.
Definitely. Sectioned off just a small amount of units to like nibble at his army, not take like any damage basically. He's moving out though. I don't know if this is a good move or not.
Oh, he does have a lot of immortals and he's got a lot of sentries, but I don't know if Green Archon decides to run back, take this at home. He has got a pretty big supply lead right now. He does have that third base as well, so even if he can just trade armies at this point, he's probably still going to come out ahead because he's actually... Wow, it is 40 harvesters to 73.
Whoa.
So that's a very big difference, but he does actually need some army to deal with this. He's got 14 lings on the way now. They're just about to pop out, and they're going to pop out just in time as well, but it's all going to come down to how good these force fields are.
War Machine's base is left completely open to counter attacks, but here we go.
Oh, looks like here we go. Oh, very nice force fields. Keeping that Zerg army out. But, oh, it looks like Green Archon's going to move over towards this side. War Machine has popped the panic button. He's got that Guardian Shield going out, but those Roaches are going to move in. But the Immortals are just going to go to town on them. And the Immortals manage to actually fend it off with hardly any losses at all. Let's see, so Spine's going down in the natural expansion for Green Archon, but that Observer's going to come along as well. Got those 3 Immortals, got those high amount of Stalkers, more Roaches. Oh, he needs to keep every unit there, all so important, and he needs to get that Immortal count down. But the Immortals have got a huge amount of shields right now. He's target firing, got more Stalkers getting rallied in from the back. But let's see, Green Archon is still 0-0 right now, and it's not looking really good for him, and it could actually bring this best of 3 to an end pretty soon. The Stalker count is really high, and he throws down the LOL GG I hate toss.
Don't we all, Green Archon? Don't we all?
Sometimes you have those pretty painful days where you just want to go home and cry about Protoss.
Oh man, they are a good race. They are a good race.
But I have to say, even though the force fields, they were really, really good force fields we had just then out of War Machine, and it turned the game. His +1 was a little bit late, but Green Archon did stay on 0-0 for far too long in that game, and I think that kind of just amounted over time. So
Definitely a lack of upgrades and a lack of target firing on them as well, letting those Immortals just rip through the Roaches. So Roaches do pretty good against Stalkers, but Immortals not so much.
Yeah, if the Roaches get really up close with the Stalkers, with the Immortals, they're a lot more effective. But because they've got such a short range, if you keep them force fielded away, they can really hardly do any damage, I guess you could say.
Yep.
Which those force fields were really good, and I think it turned the game around, I guess you could say, towards the end. So, but overall, really good game, really good set as well. It was
definitely
pretty close. Could have
up
gone
until those again. Sorry, man.
It could have gone either way in either of those. Yeah. So what were you going to say?
I was exactly going to say what you just said. So
there you go.
Up until right at the end, that one engage is what it came down to. They're both looking pretty easy, and the Zerg on the 3 base that he needed to be at a good drone count, but then that engage just didn't form as well as it needed to.
That's right, yeah. He did have that, like, if pretty much what he needed to do was have a really good engage with that army, even if he could just trade army, because he was so far ahead in harvesters. He had that hive tech. He was behind on upgrades. That's the only thing I can really put down to it, but he had that hive tech there. He was in a good position to have a fight after he died. That's the only bad part about it. He was ready to go 2 minutes after he needed to be he needed to actually have those units. So like it kind of goes a bit towards the idea of him kind of getting a bit stuck, stuck with your pants down as Zerg, because you just don't have an army because you've just been droning for the whole time. So you've got a massive harvester lead, a massive economic lead, but if he just comes and decides to come and kill you, it's bad. You're in so much trouble.
Definitely.
But yeah, so we got the next matchup all ready to go. As the bracket for you guys, if you guys want to have a bit of a look at it. But yeah, we're gonna have a TVZ on Antigua again. And there you go. It's actually going to be... Is it going to be our first
First Terran.
Yeah, first Terran of the night. Even though even though there is just an unbelievable amount of Terrans in the tournament.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, you use your words, Matt. What are you trying to get at?
Words not good. Words not good. It's okay.
Are you ready for this? I'm ready for this. I love me some TVZ. Pretty excited right now.
You know what? I'm calling it. TVZ, my favourite matchup.
Yeah? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty good. And quarterfinals, tension is high. Players are ready to fight each other with fists at this stage, I'm going to say. Getting really close to that coaching that Tor and Carnage are throwing in as well, which is pretty awesome of them. Anyone who supports any community is awesome. Here we go. Let's have a clap for people who support communities.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Justin's directional microphone actually cancelling out his clap, but the thought was there, guys.
Oh, too good, too good.
There you go, that's it. Right, so we're going to go into the game now on lovely Antigua, and straight away we have got spawning up in the top left-hand corner as our light blue Zerg.
DTF, Steel Thor.
Let's see, so Steel Thor, I haven't actually seen him yet, and also another new face in the tournament. We have got spawning down in the bottom right-hand corner as the orange Terran.
Metastatic.
There you go, guys. So that's our new set of players. Apparently, Steel Thor thinks he is a terrible player, even though he's in the quarterfinal right now. So we can't be going.
I'm not going to lie. I'm just curious what DTF stands for in his name. Like, I know what it stands for, but I'm wondering if it stands for that.
I'm going to take a guess and say
saying?
it's a clan. I'm going to cross my fingers on that as well. So,
Yep.
let's see. Sort of standard sort of depot timing. Probably going to see a 15 hatch maybe out of our Zerg. Oh, there's the gas. And yeah, it looks like he's actually going to be keeping that gas for this one. Maybe some sort of early push, I guess.
Could be interesting seeing what this Terran's going to do.
Maybe some really fast meta speed, but not sure if these players know it. But it is actually, I'm pretty sure it's cross map only. But regardless, maybe your opponent has, maybe your opponent has actually taken a hidden base at the 2-minute 25 mark. You never know. Could have gone and quickly taken somebody else's main.
So we do see a very standard opening from the Terran here. The 14 gas racks. We see Orbital go down and a Marine pop out. A very standard opening, no fast expands, so maybe see some Banshee Harass or something like that. Interesting to see where we go from.
That's it. Let's see. So that spawning pool is actually finishing up now for our Zerg player, and he's gonna have to try and make something happen off this because you know what the saying is about one base Zergs, Justice.
I actually don't know, so I'm gonna take a stab at it and say they're a sad Zerg.
There you go. That's it. A one base Zerg.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Is a sad Zerg.
Wow.
It's usually not a great situation, but looks like he's going to have that meta speed on the way straight away. Got 6 Lings and a Queen coming out. Meanwhile, Static is got that factory on the way, and Hellions are pretty much the demise of a one-base Zerg.
For sure, for sure. I'm sure in a few minutes we're going to find exactly where this build is going to go. You see the double gas going down, so...
Let's see, so... Got those Lings running across the map now. And that factory... Getting that Hellion out, and we're going to see a Starport go down.
So it looks like... I feel like we're either going to see... This is looking very similar, like the standard Fast Banshee build, which goes very well against the Roach one we've just seen go down, but we have seen it followed up by a Baneling Nest. So depending on timing, if we get a Baneling bust up on this, it could be a sad Terran day.
Ooh. That Hellion doing actually a lot of damage to those Lings, getting 1 kill straight away, and Steel Thor asks already.
We see right now we're going for the Hellion drop. Opted not to get the Tech Lab and go for the Banshee, so definitely be a Hellion drop.
Hellion drop is pretty cool. I think everyone agrees that Hellion drops are pretty cool. So that Baning Nest has finished up rather. Will we see a Bane bus? Got 3 Banes on the way, 4, 5 individually making the Banes. But that factory is enclosed there, got that bunker. The only really way to break this wall is to knock this supply depot down. See, but let's see.
Oh.
Still Thor. Oh, here we go. Bane's crashing into that barracks.
Oh, wow.
Let's see, Lings. Oh, wow. Actually takes down those depots. And let's see, he's actually got that bunker all filled up and he's going to pull some SCVs, but he's going to handle that pretty easily. He's got more Lings.
Needs to close this wall up immediately.
Got more Lings running across the map. Really does need to actually do something about this. Static does actually spot all of this, but looks like, oh, some more. Oh, with the clutch barracks placement. And got those Hellions there already. That barracks was very important to get down at that stage. He's going to wall that in with a supply depot. And this is looking like a bit of a better wall now. But still, this is 4 more Banes getting morphed in outside the base. Static does actually see some more reinforcements. This SCV is done its job and then some. Let's see, he's going to try and go for that bunker. Manages to put the bunker on fire. Bunker needs to be repaired. Has he got SCVs there ready? He's actually going to bring in the repair. Got 2 more Banes on the way. And more Lings waiting outside. So that barracks is also on fire, so he needs to pull some more SCVs to repair it. And he's currently still supply blocked. But he's got those 3 Hellion lifted up. Oh! Oh, Bane's indecisive just then. Could have got some really big SCV hits. It looks like he's going to just try and run the Lings up here. But there is 3 Hellions out. They're not going to put up with that. He's going to throw down another barracks just there. And I have to say, Static's held that off pretty good. Zerg's still on 1 base. 21 Harvesters all though, and that SCV actually does spot that retreat going down. But now, this Medivac. It's on the move, Justice.
I would like to point out that during all of that, the Terran did have some trouble with his mineral line. Currently, nothing mining, and the 2 mules sitting there chilling, having a good day.
Oh, wow.
Bit of a miss rally right up in this. His income was sitting about 120 for most of that defense. Like, understandable that defending is the most important thing to focus on right now, but he could be so much further ahead than he currently is if he hadn't have let that blunder get through.
Let's see, this Medivac drop has been spotted. I'm not sure that he's going to be ready for it, though. Those Hellions are now in the base. See, workers getting killed, lifted it up, and he looks like he's going to drop on the other side of the Roach Warren. Oh, he lifts that last one up and gets that Hellion out of there, but I have to say, only 3 workers killed just then. It's not huge.
Not huge at all.
It's not. But I have to say, Harvest is still 20 to 23, which is not normally how, or 23-24 now, which is not normally how many you would see at the 10-minute mark. But this Banshee is just hitting the Expo now. He's got Roaches on the way, but they're not really going to help against it, and he's only got 1 Queen out as well. So I'm not really quite sure what he's going to do against this Banshee. He started shooting a little bit early though, so he might actually be able to get it down. SCV's on the way to the Zerg base, but it looks like this Banshee's going to be able to take this Queen out, and there is actually no anti-air for at least another 25 seconds, and there's the GG, which brings a close to our first game. And I have to say, TVC, best matchup ever.
It was a really fun game to cast. It was very fun to watch also. Good game. Some very clutch timings with the barracks going down, especially as those Lings were running up the ramp. I was very scared that I didn't see those supply depots go down to re-block up the ramp.
Yeah, that barracks got thrown down like just at the last second. Had those Hellions out there, only just holds it off. It could have so easily gone either way in like at any point in that matchup. But you know, with that second base being so late, like you don't normally see that second base finishing up, you know, plus 10 minutes, and that Banshee comes in, and when you got no AA, you're at such heavy threat to any sort of like air attack. So. But yeah, so that brings it close to our first game, and it is the best of 3, so we do have another game coming up, so we're just waiting waiting on getting invited to that. But I have to say, after seeing that first game, I don't know. I think the players are gonna have some ideas to go into the next game.
What map do you reckon we're going to see? I reckon Ohana again. It seems like a go-to map for that game 2 in a best of 3.
That's right. A lot of players, I think, a lot of
Pretty
players do actually play on Ohana just because
It's pretty.
it is. It's fun to play on. It's new. It's pretty new. Like it's not really a really old map. The expos are kind of interestingly placed. Like you can have a fourth that's really far away from like your fifth, or your vice versa. Really long cover. Really good for drops. Just because you've got that section of the main that's so exposed. But let's see.
I think mostly it comes down to I just lost a game. I'm going to the beach.
There you go.
The beach.
That's right. Who doesn't enjoy going to the beach, right? Everybody enjoys going.
Not me. I don't enjoy going to the beach.
You don't enjoy going to the beach?
It was sort of like a little negative thing, so I was confused. Sick, leave me alone.
It's that time of night. But, yeah. Coming up, smashing through these games. We didn't really have any of those really long feared TVTs.
No, managed to avoid them.
Somehow managed to avoid them. I don't know if we just managed to somehow avoid them casting, if they've thrown us on games that weren't really long TVTs, but we've somehow managed to avoid them, and they've been played, so the brackets are moving along a fair bit, getting really close to that final, so... But we have just received word now that our map that we're going to go to is going to be WCS Daybreak. What actually is Daybreak? Is it like a thing? It's a thing in space, isn't it?
I thought you meant like the literal meaning of the word daybreak, like
I guess that's the end.
like sunrise. Is it sunrise or sunset? Sunrise, I'm pretty sure.
It's Daybreak. I reckon. I reckon it's well. You have breakfast, right? Which is in the morning. That's kind of the same, right?
Yep.
Anyone in the chat? Anyone in the chat know what daybreak means? Are you getting your Google on right now, Justin?
No, not at all.
All right. Somebody.
Helping me.
Let's see. Slashum says family. Henry B says morning. Brocco says the start of the day. I don't know if he's. I don't know. There's two mornings. Knifey throws out getting his Yahoo on. Does anyone actually use Yahoo anymore?
Isn't family the English translation of like Ohana or something like that? Rather than like daybreak.
I think so. Is that right? I'm pretty sure Ohana does actually mean family. I'm sure I've read this somewhere. I'm sure of it.
Sure.
I'm sure of it.
What percentage?
Here we go. Ohana is Hawaiian.
Just like my pizza.
I'm a fan of Hawaiian pizza as well. Hawaiian pizza is great. A lot of people don't like pineapples on it, but I do. What
A lot of people are wrong, Matt.
Do you like pineapples on your pizza?
Yeah.
Pineapples are great.
Yes.
Here we go.
F1.
Ohana means family in an extended sense of the term, including blood-related, adoptive, or intentional. There you go. There's Ohana. What about Daybreak? Did anyone come up with Daybreak?
Daybreak is a television program for which one 13-episode season was produced.
There you go. I'm
the
sure.
Series stars Tay Diggs as Detective Brett Hope. I don't think that has anything to do with the StarCraft map.
Are you sure?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure, but I think it's a safe assumption.
Who was in it?
Tay Diggs.
Tay Diggs.
Tay Diggs. T-A-Y-E-D-R-W-G-S. Looks a little bit like Old Spice.
It looks a little bit like Old Spice. We're gonna just call him Old Spice, I think, from now.
Yeah.
And there could be an Old Spice loitering around the map somewhere, maybe. Did it get cancelled? Did you say it got cancelled?
What? No.
Oh, it's still going?
It was in 1971, so if
Wow.
no, that was when he was born, not when the show started. Let's stop reading like Google of random TV drama shows and focus back on what we're here for.
That's true, that's true. But we're just waiting for the game still, guys, so... Just trying to figure out what is going on. Because playing games is pretty fun, I've heard.
Yeah. Did anyone catch the Red Bull Land Day 9 stuff today?
I did. I caught a little bit of it.
It's very good. The trials of the Zelnaga custom map they've been playing. It's very
That was actually...
very cray.
It was...
Very cray.
Pretty cray. It was pretty cray.
Pretty cray.
No, that was really good. If anyone was there for it, like, seriously, it was great.
They're doing their new map tomorrow. And
Oh, yeah.
the finals in a couple of days. Yeah, because there's 3 different maps for it, I think.
Today was the fire map, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go. I suggest anyone that has the opportunity tomorrow to watch it because it's really pretty fun. They had 2v2s. I don't know. It could be 2v2s for the whole thing. I'm not sure. But
Essentially what it is this 2v2 map where the way they're running it is that they're putting one pro player against another pro player. Like I saw today, White Ra versus Quantix Illusion, and then 2 crowdsource players, like some random Gold League players, just like you and me or whatever. And 2v2 against each other on some new custom maps they've made, but there's a twist. Basically, they poll the audience to vote on particular perks and traits that they add into the game during gameplay. So, for instance, one is called moving minerals. So suddenly all the minerals in your bases just get randomly teleported to like the center of the map, and you have to start mining from the center of the map long distance, or float your command center down, or whatever. Create some interesting gameplay.
that's right. You do. You do actually see players, lifting their command. The minerals sit in the middle for 3 minutes, so they like fly their command center over and like land it in the middle of the map, and they start long range mining, and there's all sorts of fighting and stuff going on, and it's really cool. And the way that it's like interactive as well, I think helps a lot, because you've got 2 pro players, 2 amateur players, both like playing on the same map, and you're kind of like in God mode, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the other things are like the Baneling treasure mine, and basically spawns huge banelings on the map, and you shoot them. Like, it seems kind of crazy to go anywhere near a huge baneling, but you shoot it, and it spews out minerals for you to, spend. But the catch is, obviously, if you kill it, it explodes, and everything around it dies.
Yeah, the amount of times that the pro players actually did that was pretty upsetting. How close, like
Noni loved them. Noni loved them.
it's like standing right next to a massive baneling as it explodes with like a whole bunch of marines. Probably not the smartest thing.
No, not even like a normal size baneling, but one that's about 20 times the size. Don't ever hang around those.
Bad idea.
Guys.
Bad idea. Let's see. So yeah, see there we go. A few people in the chat seen it, which is always pretty cool. It was fun. Everyone had fun. There's a lot of people on Twitter as well saying about how funny it was, which it was pretty funny. Had Husky and Day 9 casting it, which are pretty funny dudes. But and yeah, some big...
They're great guys. They were sort of my gateway into StarCraft too.
Yeah, as we might. I think a lot of people kind of coming from those early sort of seasons sort of did see a lot of Day 9. A lot of people still do see a lot of Day 9, and Husky was there as well. Yeah, pretty good, with those sort of base strats, which is always pretty fun. So, but yeah, so now here you go, guys. We've got like 3 or 4 more minutes worth of downtime. I'm pretty sure at this stage you have the chance now to go onto like Twitter and like tweet. There you go. Tweet about it. How cool, how much fun we're having right now. Oh, hang on. Whoa, are we going into game?
Yes, that's happening.
Wow, that was a very fast 3 or 4 minutes. But you've got that opportunity now. Tweet the stream, get it out there, get people watching it, because this is pretty much the foundation of StarCraft, the entry point. So we've got to try and give the community as much as we can right at this stage, which I think is pretty important. So, but yeah, we're going to go into the game now. This will be game number 2. Whoa, there we go, game number 2 of this matchup, of this best of 3, and spawning on Daybreak in the bottom left hand corner. Currently, let's see, we are first game up. We have got the orange Terran.
Metastatic.
See, now moving up to the top right hand corner, has to win this game to stay in this set. We have got the light blue Zerg.
DTF, Steel Thor.
There you have it as well. So these are the quarterfinals. So pretty tense right now. A bit of pressure on it just there, but we have got pretty standard sort of opening again from our Terran player Static. You do have that opportunity to take risks again in this second matchup when you're 1 game up, but I think that our Zerg player would be going for maybe like a more standard, you know, like a more solid sort of strategy instead of a 1 base. Might see like another 15 hatch maybe, but it looks like we've got that gas going down. He might be doing the 1 base again, because yeah, like your opponent probably might not expect it to have 2 1 bases go at once, but he is going to be successfully walled in. So not quite sure how it's going to go, and this SCV is probably going to scout it pretty early as well.
Boom, he knows what's up right now.
There you go, so he's scattered that gas. That pool has actually gone down. He has seen it now, yeah. And there you go, he is known for his 1 base, which probably doesn't really help that idea, but let's say, and as well, ThePandarine is currently our tournament host, guys, so, and I'm pretty sure they put a lot of time into actually getting this all sorted over the last few days, running around flat out. So if you get a chance, you should say thanks to them for organising such an awesome tournament with some pretty cool prizes as well.
We do see Metastatic going for the 2 racks. Need some early aggression, but I don't think it's going to go that well against the 1 base Zerg, who in theory should get speed at very quickly. Yes, we see it on the way.
Let's see, yeah, so speed immediately on the way for our Zerg player, and we're probably going to see a Bane Nest go down pretty shortly. When we hit 50 gas, we're gonna the Evo chamber. Well,
it's close.
That's oh, there we go. There's the Bane Nest. Throws me right out, but we could be seeing like a +1 timing attack sometime around now, which you do see the +1 melee. And let's see some Marines moving out now.
These units are going to run right around each other.
So they're not going to know about it, but this Overlord, he is going to see these Marines here ready, and he can't really afford to lose this Overlord either with his Ling production, but these Lings are moving around the map, and I'm pretty sure Metastatic doesn't actually know about it just yet. Let's see. Oh, that Overlord goes down, which does supply block.
Going down in the base of Steel Thor.
And we've got this bunker going down, which he does know about.
Marines are going to get there in time.
Let's see, and those Marines are going to get up there. If they do get into that bunker, it's going to lock down any sort of 1 base activity. It looks like this bunker's actually going to finish up before the Lings get in. The Lings really need to... Oh, the Lings could get us around on these Marines. Oh, the Marines actually get into the bunker. The repair's going down as well, and this is not going to actually be enough Lings to hold this. I'm not sure if it's very cost efficient at this stage. Let's see, the inject's going in for Overlord's currently being produced, and this is a fair few Marines currently in the Zerg main. Let's see, he's going to try and target down this Queen. It's got Lings coming out right now. Can't really afford to lose this Queen, but there's only down to 2 Marines now. There's 4 Lings kind of just chilling out on the field. It looks like he's going to try and go for the more safer option. This bunker is actually full health. Oh, I'm not sure if it's a great idea to send these Lings in right now. Probably would turn them into Banes, but he sniped that SCV, so there's not going to be a repair going down anymore. These Lings are going to go down. Going to pull that Queen back. See, and he's going to make another round of Zerglings, but I have to say, Static has actually pushed Thor down to 13 harvesters, and this is, whoa, this is a lot of Marines. See, so he does actually manage to take down that bunker, but he needs to really get probably some Bane production there. He knows about this push out. He would have seen it going past the ramp. Oh, looks like they're going to meet up. He needs to have these Banes, though.
Oh, he runs straight into them.
Oh, no. See, and he loses all of those Lings right now, and he has got more Lings ready to go. And it looks like this Queen's maybe building up some energy for a transfuse, but he's still sitting on one base, and the command center is currently being produced for Static. Let's see, he needs to actually have some of these as Banes. Oh no, he's going to run into these Marines on the ramp. Oh, nice starter step. That's a really nice surround from the Lings. And it looks like he can actually hold off these Marines with only a handful of Lings. See, now the gas
Does finally clean it up, but now we do need Steel Thor to drop an expansion. There's not much you can do from this far behind. He's got 13 with an income of 400, which is less than half of the Terran mule-powered economy.
That's right, yeah, he is currently down in harvesters. He is trying to produce some more now. He's got 4 more on the way, and he's also building spore crawlers behind his mineral line, which I'm not actually sure he's got enough drones to afford this. Maybe the Evo chamber was down from the last game with that Banshee sort of coming. Let's see though, he's going to move up with these Lings, which did actually hold off the last attack, but Static is actually going to spot it. He's going to move some Marines back, but I think he's pretty safe right now. He's floating out that command center, got that bunker on the way, might be able to snipe this SCV, but he can't really afford to lose these Lings. There is a lot of Marines sitting in the choke, which that is not a good engage for those Lings.
You really can't afford to be throwing units away like that right now.
That's right, yeah, and let's see, we've got more Spine Crawlers going up in the main for Thor, and he's currently down very far in supply. Static doubling his supply, in fact. And I'm not sure really where he can go from this sort of stage in the game.
And Static sitting there with 2 idle mules again. Very much familiar from last game.
So yeah, those mules kind of just chilling out there. Oh, let's see if they've got down to mining.
Again.
Another mule being called down. Correctly on the mineral patch this time. And Roach Warren going down, but one base Roach. Anything one base really at this stage isn't actually going to work. So you got 7 drones on the way, going to try and recover this battered economy, but needs to get that extra base up if he's going to have any chance in this game. See, and also +1 missile attacks on the way now. Reactor for that factory, which I'm guessing he's going to actually switch over to the starport. And he's going to have some medivacs out. He's going to have the higher marine count. So it looks like he's going to go down here, clear the 3rd base out. Go for a little bit of a walk.
Go for a jog, just see what's up.
Bit of a jog, yeah. Have you seen Old Spice yet on this map somewhere?
On this map?
Yeah, it was Daybreak that he was in, right?
Yeah, no, I get the joke now. Cool. No, I have not seen him.
Wow.
I'm sorry that I was a little bit slow, man.
I'm gonna let you off this time. It's all good. But let's see. Here's our friendly automaton 2000 chilling up near the 4th base of Static. Doesn't want to harm anyone. He's only got 10 health. No armor or weapons upgrades just yet though from the automaton.
He's mech, so if Terran ever wanted to pull him in for Heart of the Swarm, he would be a superb new unit, I'd imagine.
There you go, that's right. Just in case they didn't have enough mech already in Heart of the Swarm. But the production tab currently for Static is huge. Currently he got...
I think he has more things in production than Steel Thor does have drones.
That's possibly true. But let's see, he got those 2+1 stim, combat shields on the way, armory on the way, 2 medivacs, a barracks, and a handful of marines as well. It looks like he's going to have a pretty scary bio timing, and he's still doubling the supply of Steel Thor right now. I'm not really quite sure what we're going to see from here.
He's infinitely behind. He's going to have to do something crazy to bring it back. I feel like he should have stuck with the Ling Banelings and maybe try to get some choice Baneling hits off from behind an Expo.
See, and there's actually a drop moving out now, just going past the 4th base of Static. Looks like he's going to go drop the main. And Steelthor actually did see this drop with the Overlord, but I'm not actually sure if he spotted it. He's got those Spore Crawlers there already, though, so he might actually be able to take out a Medivac.
Wow, that'd be amazing.
If Static doesn't really concentrate on this drop. But let's see, this drop's going to come in just now, and he's got it selected. Spore Crawler is there already, shooting up that Medivac, but I'm not actually sure. Looks like he's going to micro that Medivac away. He's got those Marines there on the low ground, and there's the first Spore Crawler going down, targeting down that Roach Warren. Roaches are still sitting down at the Expo. He really needs to move up there. And that Roach Warren has gone down. There's the Roaches responding now. But this is a lot of Marines. 3 Marines still loaded in the Medivac. Ooh, snipes that Medivac that still had a Marine or 2 left in it. And this is actually a lot of Marines. He's going to be maybe target firing down those Roaches. And it looks like he's not actually going to pick back up the Roaches. DPS is too low. The Medivacs are just healing it out. Let's see, but... Ooh, he did need to actually keep that Medivac alive, but he's going to do a lot of drone damage right now. Thor does have 14 Lings, or 28 Lings really, on the way. So these Marines are going to be cleaned up, but I think the damage might have already been done. It's 20 to 56 Harvesters right now.
Do you have a 3rd and a 4th base going down for the Terran players? You're going to be infinitely ahead. Zerg is droning up behind this 15 drones production, which is precisely what he needs right now.
That's right, he does actually need that drone production, and he's got a Roach Warren, double Roach Warren getting produced currently in the main.
It's a solid build.
That's right, maybe he wants to... I don't know, he needs to research actually something pretty soon, because he's got a pretty big Marine tank army coming in. He needs to maybe get some Banes out. And we've also got 2 Spines coming up in the main too. 3 Spines coming up. But this army is looking pretty scary, and I'm pretty sure Thor doesn't actually know about it just yet. Let's see, got that SCV along maybe to repair that tank. There's only 1 tank, but 1 tank can do a lot of damage to this Spires on the way, but it's not going to be there in time. Creep gets denied. There's the stim goes down. Siege tank is sieging up, got that Queen there. No transfers available. Marines doing a lot of damage to these Spine Crawlers, and the Lings are going to come down now. Probably needs to start that tank, but he's going to choose to go for those Marines. Let's see, 13 Roaches on the way, and he's going to throw down the GG because he's not going to have them out in time. And that is actually going to close up the first set. Let's see, and then that's the game.
So Metastatic does advance onto the semi-finals, who will be facing War Machine, the Protoss that we saw play it earlier. We have 2 more quarterfinals go through. MGG Sneak versus Torpedo, Hawkeye and Shroomy. Let me just refresh and see if they've played or not yet. I have no idea they're playing right now.
They could actually be on our 2nd stream right now, but I'm not quite sure. We'll find out. Go switch to the bracket if you guys want to have a bit of a look-see at that. But getting very close to the final now. Got those couple of hours up for coaching, which are provided by Time of Rising and Clan Carnage, which is going to be really good for these players, I'm thinking.
Yeah, definitely. The people who, the person who is going to win this is someone who has been playing a lot and is definitely committed to getting better at this game, and 1 hour of coaching is really going to help push them over that limit they may be hitting.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's pretty big for like that sort of level to actually kind of get that push off, nice and early on, get that really nice strong foundation down, so that you have the base sort of strategy and the base sort of tactics, pretty much all ready and set up to go. When you sort of get those higher leagues, so you don't find small flaws in your game, you can have a really nice foundation on it. So coaching, it does actually help a lot. So.
Yeah, I had some coaching from a Master League Terran 12 months ago kind of thing, and I was, I think, Silver League at the time, and it basically helped me push up into Platinum. Gave me some good builds, taught me some good fundamentals of just general unit control and positioning, and just simple rules to follow by basic timings and things like that. And jumped 2 leagues was awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Like when you once you kind of get that kickstart, it really does actually help a lot. And to sort of see the bigger sort of clans providing that, I guess, for these sort of tournaments, which is really good incentive for the players, and really good. It's just really good to see that they'll put their time on the line to help out these players. So. Let's see, so I think we've got a tiny little bit of downtime. But yeah, it looks like what we might do is we might go to a really, really quick break, just to kind of regroup, because I'm pretty sure the other finals could be running pretty long. If you guys want, there you go, yeah, you got your Twitter, you got your Facebook, tweet about the semi-finals, finals coming up really soon, which is pretty exciting for everyone, I think, at this stage, and to see the sort of quality of game, which is really, really awesome at this stage. For bronze silver, it's pretty good. I'm calling it. But
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. Can't argue with that. So let's say we'll chuck some music on for you guys. We'll be back in. Let's see. We'll see if we've got an ETA. Let's see, we're looking maybe at about 5 minutes now. So there you go, you got 5 minutes to go get yourself a drink, go get yourself something to eat, and then go onto your Facebook and your Twitter, share it around, get your friends to watch it. You got some friends that are interested in SC2, there you go. Got a nice sort of entry-level tournament, nothing too daunting. So, but yeah, we'll see you guys in about 5 minutes.